Visit CCGCastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check rate in the description or visit CCG Castle for more. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. Today we'll be looking at the Primal Class Shock, of course, a new standard format for 2016-2017 Genesect box. If you're not subscribed to my channel or if you're new to my channel, you should probably you shouldn't probably know that I actually past 2 months I built those Primal Clash on decks, but since September 1st was actually the first day for the standard format. Right now we are looking for this very powerful deck featuring Genesect, Cobalion and Togekiss. So Genesect-EX 180 HP metal, drive change, ability. Once you return you can put tool from Genesect back into your hand, Rapid Blast for 100, 3 metal energies. For each energy you discarded, you're going to hit for 20 more damage. Weakness on fire, I guess not good against Volcanion, but thumbs up for that Mega Mewtwo, because resistance -20 on Mega Mewtwo, which means that after you hit with the Rapid Blaster, you can just try to calculate how many damage you need to down to that Mega Mewtwo that he's not going to be able to one-hit knock out your Genesect. With resistance, you're definitely going to be able to avoid those one-hit knockouts from the Mega Mewtwo. On the other side, Cobalion with Revenge Blast and Quick Guard at 120, a basic Revenge Blast for 30 plus 30 for each prize card your opponent has taken, and Quick Guard prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from Pokemon for the basic Pokemons during your opponent's next turn, but Quick Guard is not going to be effective on your next turn. So Escape Rope definitely with the Float Stone will do the job. Then 2 copies of Togetic and Togekiss for the Delta Evolution. So it's very important because you can have Togekiss turn 1 in play. Delta Evolution, when you play this card from your hand, look at the top 8 cards. For any energy basic you find there, you can attach to your Pokemons. Not to a single Pokemon, but to your Pokemons in play in any way you like. And of course, 2 Shaymins for the setup. So from the item cards, of course, you need to have 2 Devolution Sprays. 1 is good, but 2 is a sweet spot. Trust me, you don't need to have more than 2 because we also need to have more space for the other cards. So 2 copies of Devolution Spray is a good one. It will help you to de-evolve your Togekiss, and you're going to be able to play multiple times those Searing Rays. The biggest problem for Togekiss is definitely going to be any sort of Dark Ray, Giratina with the Garbodor, any kind of Mega Mewtwo Garbodor deck, any other kind of the Garbodor deck is definitely going to be a big problem for this, but Garbodor can easily be one-hit knocked out with the Genesect Rapid Blaster for 100, so it's still very powerful deck in my opinion. 2 copies of Energy Recycle, shuffle 5 basic energy from your discard pile back into your deck. Oh, trust me, this card for a late game, when you're actually going to have like 5-4 cards in your deck, this is just going to be a pretty much jackpot. 1 Escape Rope, 4 copies of Max Elixir. Why Escape Rope is very important? Escape Rope is very important against Jolteon EX because if your opponent uses Jolteon EX, not sure what's the name of the attack, really doesn't matter. 1 Lighting, 2 Colorless Energy is 70, and your opponent, active Pokemon, is not able to attack Jolteon EX if it's basic one. So right now we can just use Escape Rope, we can Lysandre that Jolteon on the bench, and effect is going to be removed, so we can just easily knock him out. Unfortunately, to knock out Jolteon, you need to discard 4 metal energies because it also have 20 resistance, but with the Fighting Fury Belt it's going to be pain in the ass to knock him out. 1 copy of Super Rod, unfortunately, 3 copies of Trainers Mails. When I'm running 3 copies of Trainers Mails, I'm not feel comfortable because 3 copies of Trainers Mail instead of 4 copies of Trainers Mail is definitely something where you're going to lose your consistency because Trainers Mail times 4 sometimes is going to be Ultra Ball, sometimes it's going to be Sycamore, sometimes it's going to be some card that you really need. So running 4 copies of Trainers Mail is very important. But again, for this kind of build, I think you can sacrifice maybe 1 Max Elixir for that Trainers Mail, but it's up to you. I actually decided to sack 1 Max Elixir just for the science, I guess. 4 Ultra Balls, 4 VE Seekers. From supporter cards, of course, you need to have 1 Hex Maniac against Vileplume, against any kind of the Vileplume deck, against any kind of Greninja deck. I mean, Greninja is going to be very big deal in the Primal Clash in my opinion, so Hex Maniac against Greninja is definitely going to help you a lot right here. Lysandre times 1, 2 ends. I'm running only 6 draft supporters, that's just how I'm playing. 2 and 4 Sycamore, 1 Ranger, of course, just in case if you play against the Jolteon, but also Escape Rope will do the job. 1 copy of Wally for maybe turn 1 Togetic into Togekiss, but also any kind, but also in any time you can just use Wally from Togepi to Togetic, and if you have Togekiss, you can just boom go with Togekiss. I decided to roll with 2 copies of Parallel City. It's definitely going to be a good card because once you set up, you can remove Shaymins from play. You can, for example, if you have 5 Pokemon on your bench, you can remove 2 Shaymins. Parallel City is going to be good against Mega Rayquaza. It's also going to be good against Grass decks, Fire decks, and Water decks because you can also reduce the damage for 20. And in my opinion, this is definitely good because against Ranger, you can reduce the damage for 20. Against Grass, like West Between with Mega Break, you can also reduce the damage for 20, but the most important thing also, fire Pokemons like Flareon, Volcanion is going to do 20 damage, but that's probably not going to be that effective because you're probably going to get knocked out with a single shot. 2 Fighting Fury Belts, 2 Float Stones, and of course 10 Metal Energies, which means that this is my deck list for this Genesect, Cobalion, Togekiss. If you're looking for any of these cards, as usual, you can find them on CCGCastle.com. Don't hesitate. Check out my video description. Use TCG Center 5 code if you want to get any of these cards. I definitely recommend it to you. We have tons of free stocks. Also, you should definitely buy from this site, especially if you're from the Europe, because it's very professional shipping. You're going to get your cards in like 7 or 8 days. In most cases with tracking numbers, so it's definitely a big recommendation. So let's do some gameplay so you can actually see how this deck works in the action. So see you there. Alright guys, let's do this. Let's play today with Genesect Toolbox with Togekiss. So as you can see, I'm starting with my Genesect in the active position. So there is Hoopa and Shaymin. So let's see, Audition on the other side. So I decided to start it with my Genesect in the active position. So that means that I'm going to play my Hoopa to see what else I have left in my deck. So there is 1 more Genesect, and I think I will also take 1 more Shaymin-EX just to be able to set up for as many cards as I can, because this opening hand definitely does not look good. So let's go with the Max Elixir. No sign of the energy card. Okay, this is very bad. I'm going to attach my Fighting Fury Belt, and first Shaymin is going to be only for 2 cards, so hopefully I can find some kind of draw support right here. So there's Ultra Ball, which means that I can thin a little bit the deck right here. So I'm going to discard a Lysandre and a Togetic, or maybe not. It's very hard to say. Let's go with Devolution Spray, because if Vileplume actually appears, probably this is going to be it. So I'm going to take that Togepi, put it onto my bench, and play my Shaymin for 4. And hope to find maybe Sycamore right now. And would be perfect, definitely. There we go with a N. So I think I will attach 1 of my energies onto Genesect, because I'm looking forward to get maybe a Float Stone for the active Genesect. Okay, not bad. There's a big Hex Maniac, so this has definitely helped me a lot. So let's see what I can find with my Trainers Mail. A Trainers Mail for a Parallel City, and I think that Parallel City came in the right place, because right now I can remove 2 of my Shaymins from the bench. So there we go. 1 Shaymin, and actually 1 Hoopa is going to be removed. So I'm going to use my V-Seeker or not. I think I can use V-Seeker actually for that. And again, still I had that Hex Maniac. I have more options basically. With N sitting in my hand, I have actually a better option maybe to find Togetic and Togekiss, and maybe find a few energies for my Genesect for the active position. I decided to roll with the bench at 1 because I really need just to find Float Stone so I can retreat. I still have that Hex Maniac, so Vileplume, it's not going to be that big problem, I guess, as long as I can actually retreat. So, and there is no more AZ in the Primal Clash on, so there is actually a big problem, because with AZ you should just be able to scoop up Genesect from the active position and pretty much chill. But Without AC is a little bit harder. So there's a level ball for Glum, of course. And this is going to be Shaymin for 5. So this is probably Giratina, Vileplume with Manaphy and Water Energies. That's the new deal, actually, in a standard format. And for the Primal Clash on, a lot of people actually want to play this deck. But to tell you one thing, I think it's not going to be that good against Garbodor, especially if your opponent Garbodor can find that Float Stone and attach it. It's definitely going to be a big problem for any Vileplume player. So there are 2 energies attached to Shaymin, and this is pretty much a Vileplume, and of course this is going to be Sky Return. Pretty decent move, definitely. So I have a few options right here to go with my energy attachment, to go with my Hex. Not sure what to do actually. I mean, I can definitely retreat, so I can have my Togepi. I don't know how big odds are to get what I'm looking for to get. So I think I will just end my opponent. I know that this is not that good because he can just easily get back with 6 new cards, but I really want to get my Togekiss if it's somehow possible. It would be if there is no item block right now, but since there is item block, I cannot even play my Max Elixir. I'm just looking forward to retreat and pretty much pass my turn. So I'm in the active position with my Genesect with 1 energy, so I still need to find 2 energies. And of course there's a Manaphy, and pretty much my turn. Okay, so let's see. A V-Seeker is a top deck. I think I'm definitely going to play my Sycamore right now. Hopefully I have another Togetic and Togekiss sitting in my deck. So there is a Togetic. It's very slow, but it's a decent. So at least I can attach 1 energy and pretty much pass my turn. So if I can find somehow at the top deck my Togekiss, I might just hit the jackpot. There is 1 water energy attached to the Manaphy, and Hex Maniac is a top deck, which means that I can Ultra Ball pretty much for anything I need. So let's go with the Ultra Ball. And I think I will grab my Togekiss if I have one. Yes, I do have, but I cannot play it right now, which means that I'm going to play it next turn. Of course, I'm going to use my Energy Recycle. If I don't use it now, I don't know when I'll be able to use it. And of course, V-Seeker is going to be for Professor Sycamore, maybe even for the Lysandre. But I think I will just keep my Sycamore in hand. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna pass this turn and gonna play a Togekiss on my next turn, I hope. So this is definitely gonna be very good move with the Togekiss. So I'm gonna be able to get tons of energies, I will assume that. So there is a Max Elixir, of course. Right now he can play a turn of the trainer card, which is definitely gonna be for some energies and stuff like that. As you can see, Manaphy with 2 energies. And there's a big Escape Rope. Manaphy can hit for 60, enough to knock on my Togetic. I guess it's time for the Genesect number 2 to be placed in the active position. And of course, Manaphy is going to be a hard-hitting one with a Mineral Pump for 60 in this case. I mean, hard-hitting one with 60 is not a big deal, but it's still 60 damage. So let's go with the Togekiss. Let's see how many energies we can get here. I mean, I need 3, but there is 0 energies. Okay, this is just ridiculous. Wasn't able to hit a single energy right here, which means that I'm going to use my Sycamore, and right now I just managed to find 1 Cobalion. Okay, weird. Energy on my Genesect on the bench. Pretty much that's it. I mean, probably I can use my Parallel City to get rid of my Shaymin from play. Don't need Shaymin anymore, and we'll pass the turn. Mineral Pump is gonna do only 40 damage, and that's not even close to do something serious. But still, 3 more turns for the setup somehow. I really need to get as many energies in play on my Genesect so I can just one-hit knock up those Giratinas, but it's fairly slow game right here. So there's another mineral pump just for the 40. And there's another Sycamore, but I cannot get Hex Maniac anymore, so I just need to take those damage counters until I be able to promote my Genesect in the active position with my Fighting Fury Belt and 3 energies, so I can just go for the knockout straight away. On the other side, I also have only 13 cards left, so I need to be very cautious right here by playing my supporter cards. Double Dragon Energy, Shaymin for 3, which means that he already had that Giratina with Chaos Wheel on the bench and 2 energies, and there's a Mineral Pump for 60 damage this time. And there is another Metal Energy, and definitely I'm going to put that onto my Genesect, because right now he's the only one who can do some serious problems to my opponent. We'll go with my N. And I still have 1 left. So there's another Metal Energy, which is very important. Of course, when I'm going to knock out my opponent Menifee, I will just discard one of my energies, so I can use my Rapid Blast for tons of damage for the one-hit knockout against that Giratina EX on the other side. So that's the focus right now. But the biggest problem is that Vileplume item lock. I mean, I don't have so many Hex Maniacs. I only have 1, and I already played that 1. So I'm definitely going to promote my Genesect in the active position. And of course, I want to attach my energy on it, which means that this is going to be Rapid Blaster for 130, which will be exactly enough for the knockout against that Menifee. I'm going to take 2 prizes. With the greedy dice, there would be probably theory to take 3. It's a Float Stone and a Metal Energy, so to knock out Giratina, I need to discard 3 energies. So if I do that, I'm not going to be able to attack for a turn, but it's definitely going to work. There's an N, which means that I'm going to lose some of my resources, so hopefully I can just find at least 1 energy in the top 4 cards with that N. Okay, so I'm more than happy with that 1 energy attachment on the next turn after I knock out his Giratina. So pretty much he needs to attack like 3 times with his Giratina EX in order to knock out my Genesect right here, and definitely that's not going to be easy task, trust me. We both started pretty bad, but I'm still in good shape. So there's another Giratina on the bench and a Chaos Wheel for only 100, which is definitely good. So I have a few options right here, but I'm definitely looking forward to attach my energy and go with my Rapid Blaster, so I need to discard 110, 130, 150, 170, and boom! 2 prize against that Giratina. And for the next turn I have energy sitting in my hand, which means that I can just easily knock out his Giratina, and this is definitely going to be GG. I also have that Cobalion sitting on my bench for 2 energies. I can hit for tons of damage, but there's cheeky play. Actually, he decided to promote his Vileplume in the active position. Probably I can just 4 energies, 6 energies, 7 energies. I have 3 more left. So he just wanted me to knock out his Genesect right here. I guess I can do that. Do I want to do that right now? I guess I can. I guess I can do that right now, because I know he's going to be able to power up his Giratina on the other side, but he's not going to be able to knock out my Genesect with a single shot. So I will just trade up that price right now so I can have item cards on my next turn. Probably N's gonna happen, and I will go down to 1 card, but I still can get something. I mean, in the worst possible scenario, I can just use my Super Rod, bring back my energies. There's a Fighting Fury Belt and a Trainers Mail. Yeah, pretty much with the Super Rod I can bring back my energies back into my deck. Also 1 Genesect. But also I need to find my Devolution Spray. If I can find Devolution Spray, somehow I can just easily put my Togekiss in hand, again in play. And oh yeah, this is definitely looking promising right here, to be honest. Double Dragon Energy, Sycamore already played. If there's not going to be item lock, I think this might be GG on the next turn. So there's a level ball for the Oddish, which means that he might be able to get Revitalizer, put a Vileplume in play. So there is a Max Elixir. Will there be Energy? Yes, it would be. And there's Oddish. Will there be Shaymin for 4? Okay, so he's going down to 5. And he have 4 cards in his on the prize card. So it's my turn. Definitely good. Let's go with the Trainers Mail. Let's see what we can find with the Trainers Mail right here. It's a Max Elixir. So to increase the chance to hit that Max Elixir, I'm definitely looking forward to play my Super Rod. Put back 2 energies and 1 Shaymin-EX back into my deck. So another Trainer's Mail, it's gonna be for a Float Stone. Okay. Then I'm going to play my Max Elixir, which is gonna be Energy. As you can see, I have Devolution Spray right here. So I just need to find... Oh, damn, that was misplayed. Okay, never mind. A Float Stone. I guess I'm going to Escape Rope, just because for my opponent it's going to be much harder to charge the Giratina in case I might not be able to hit for enough damage. So how many energies I have? 3, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's not going to be enough, I think. I should definitely retreat with my Giratina and then Max Elixir on it and then Sycamore and do stuff like that, but I didn't do that. So, okay, let me see. 1, 2, 3. So there is 20, 40, 60, 70. He have 210. I need 2 energies. I need 2 energies. So Max Elixir, and there are exactly 2 energies. So I think that's pretty much it, guys. So let's go with Devolution Spray on the Togekiss, and basically I will put back my Togekiss on my Togetic, which means that I can look at my top deck, get that energy, which will be enough for a knockout. And right now I can hit for 210. I have retreat with my Cobalion, which means that this is pretty much a GG. So somehow I actually managed to beat that item lock on the other side. So let's go with 5 energy discardment. It really doesn't matter, it's the last prize, so I'm just going to hit for 210. And it's a GG. So it's definitely good deck. It have a lot of potential, in my opinion. Genesect with Togekiss is gonna be very good deck. Trust me, guys. In my opinion, with those combinations of Max Elixirs and basically Energy Recycles, Super Rod, and Togekiss with the Devolution Spray, you can just have such a good and powerful setup. But also in the late game, Cobalion can definitely hit for tons of damage, which is very important, with only 2 energies, and it can also buy a turn with that quick guard. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. Don't forget to like video and subscribe for on my channel if you already didn't. If you have any questions, also don't forget to leave comments below. Let me know what you think about this deck list. If you have any questions, I will answer on your questions. Just ask. Till the next time, see you in the next video, and goodbye.